Parental discretion advised.
This for them 2A, pistol packing, logical carry. Pull the strap out in my church, I'm a bury. Got a wife, 2 kids, thinking about a terrier. Picking fence, American dream, this America. Say what you want, that's freedom of speech. Better use respect when talking to me. I got these SJWs, talk from a C-O-M-P. U-T-E-R like a beach. Shit, and we all seen it. Live like a fraud, act like a fraud, bark like a dog. Acceptance, inclusion, tolerate it all. I'm taking a stand, so your boy like no. If we don't wake up today, there may not be tomorrow. Calling out these fucking frauds, and I ain't even sorry. Mainstream news, a disinformation party. So don't move your motherfucking switch, you retarded. Civilians, this civilian talk. If you listen to that bullshit, that ain't even smart. Have you spewing out fake news? Get you ripped apart. But this Mr. P.I. and this civilian talk. Hey.
Yo, it's your boy Mr. P. Coming straight at you. Bring you that civilian talk. Please wake up American news, because if we don't wake up today, we may not have an America to wake up to tomorrow. You feel me? Listen, man, it's not going to be a lot today and shit. We're going to discuss abortion and what it means and shit. So I'm asking y'all, if y'all new here, let's have an adult conversation and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm asking you to have an open mind, and I'm asking you to listen and just look at the other side of the coin and shit. Don't just automatically assume you on the right side. You know what I'm saying? Look at what the fuck is going on and shit. Look at the different variables and shit. Look at how they using different scenarios and different situations and shit to control the masses and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do a lot of talking today and shit. You know what I'm saying? And probably toward the end of the first segment, into the second segment, we can get into some of the news that support, you know what I'm saying, the argument that we having and shit, you know what I'm saying, and I think we can have a real decent show and a real fantastic conversation that we can all just be open-minded and shit and understand that nobody has all the answers and shit. It's just when you put some stuff together, it gives you a better vision of it, a more clarity of the actual situation and shit. I'm just asking you to be open-minded. I'm asking you to rock with us. And you already fucking know. I'll be back on the other side. Don't move your motherfucking switch. It's your boy.
Today's episode was brought to you by Civilian Talk Radio.
Yo, it's your boy Mr. P. You already know, coming straight at you. Listen, I appreciate all the support you bring to the show. I appreciate all the time you take out to listen to the show. But remember, just holding that information hostage is selfish as hell. You already know. So remember, you got to share the show. You know what I mean? Please continue to support the show on Cash App and PayPal. You already know. Remember, at Mr. PI 55. You already know. There's no other Mr. PI 55. It's only Mr. PI 55. You already know. And listen, I want you to know how much we appreciate your airspace. I want you to know how much we appreciate you trying to wake yourself up. I want you to know how important it is for all of us to come together and say no to this tyrannical environment we're living in. You already know. I want to say thanks again. You know, get your weed ready, your lighter handy, and understand that if we don't wake up today, we may not have an America to wake up to tomorrow. So, listen, it's our show. And remember, it's your boy. CivilianTalkPodcast.com. CivilianTalkPodcast.com. Take your ass over to CivilianTalkPodcast.com. Word on the street section. It's going to open your eyes to a whole new world of shit, bro. Trust me. So we back. You already know what's good, folks, man. You know what I'm saying? What's happening with y'all, man? I know y'all see a lot going on and shit, man, and I want y'all to know that a ton of this shit is pure distraction. They don't want y'all niggas looking at the fact that they about to fucking sign America up for some bullshit, you feel me? And it's fucking crazy and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because literally, you know what I mean, it's a lot going on outside of this abortion shit. You know what I mean? But they making abortion the mainstream thing now all of a sudden. It's not motherfucking you know, it's no longer riots and shit after 2020 and all that shit. But soon somebody go to the Capitol to protest. You know what I mean? They want to lock everybody up. Nobody got charged for insurrection. Then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? You got the motherfucking. Now you got all these fucking purple haired, rainbow hair motherfuckers outside of the Supreme Court justices' homes. How can you dox a Supreme Court justice and not go to jail? I'm pretty sure when they find out who doxed them and shit, they going to fuck the jail. Because this what happened with the 2020 election and shit. 2020 election came through. Trump screamed it was a fucking fake, a phony, a failure and shit. Then fucking you know, the Supreme Court was like, all right, they let that shit get all the way up there and say we ain't gonna take the case because they ain't want to get liberal mobbed and shit. This is the thing, whenever a bully tell you that they gonna come bully you if you don't do what we say, that mean anything in the future they're gonna replicate that same attitude, that same process against you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, y'all motherfuckers didn't want to investigate. Y'all didn't want to take up the 2020 election case and shit. And then some lefty loser leaked that fucking the conservative majority of the Supreme Court is about to overrule Roe versus Wade and shit. And then the liberal fucking crazies go crazy again. You still got the same thing you would have got if you would have fucking not let these people in power in the first place. So the fact that you let these motherfuckers win the previous election, and the fact that you sat there and put up with that shit knowing that it was a sham wow, and the fact that you allowed these motherfuckers to get more lefty losers in for more power and shit, and y'all did nothing, now that shit is coming to bite y'all back in the ass. So y'all like, oh, we don't want riots in the street, we don't want niggas at our homes, cause fucking what's the demon looking nigga in the house and shit, fucking Democrat boy, old head dude, can't think of his name right now and shit, pointy ass nose, y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about and shit. I got his name on the tip of my tongue, but y'all know how it go and shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking yeah, man, he say, oh, we're gonna bring the wrath upon you if you in all this bullshit. Now the Democrats is fucking locking and loading and on all the fucking left-wing lunatics and shit. You know what I'm saying? And CNN is running around saying that listen, think about this. Before I even get into all the bells and whistles of what's going on, right? Before I even get into all that, I need you to understand something. You know what I'm saying? I need you to feel me on this. Anytime lefty losers say that the opposing faction about to do something, they are about to do something. So CNN comes out and says, fucking, because of Roe versus Wade, the right is about to extreme violence. The right wants Roe versus Wade overturned, so y'all can't abort babies at the day they born and shit, or fucking up to 10 months after they fucking born and shit. You know what I'm saying? They talking about aborting 1-year-olds and shit, but I'm gonna get into all that cool ass shit in just a second and shit. But you know what I'm saying? Why would we want to go ham on the Supreme Court justices if that's what we want? Think about that. So we got fake news coming in hot today, folks. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just crazy how they do shit and then say we the ones that's doing it, and then fucking lefty losers on the street believe them. Yo, my uncle, this nigga is a complete he was a complete lefty loser and shit. Point blank period. Lefty loser. You know what I'm saying? And I proclaim that shit all the time. I tell you, I used to be a lefty loser. When I went and voted for Obama, I was in the fucking at the ballot box telling my other motherfuckers, yeah, Obama right there, check him off, and you know what I'm saying, make that shit happen right now. You know what I'm saying? That was me. I was that lefty loser. Brainwashed by I don't know whoever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Just pure brainwashed and shit. You know what I'm saying? Had no motherfucking leg to stand on. Nothing, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a true fucking blue lefty loser and shit. And that's what they wanted and shit. They wanted people like me and you and us and shit to have to sit back and fucking put up with these motherfucking ideals that we don't fucking agree with and shit, and that we don't fucking, stand with. You got lefty losers saying they becoming right wing because the left is going so far left that they leaving everybody that was practically on the center. Niggas done took the left and ran all the way left with that shit. Like halfway around the planet. And they expect us, people that was on the left, to go all the way around the planet to follow that shit. We not doing that shit. You better call fucking Captain Planet, because I'm not fucking doing that shit. And the more extreme they get, the more you see that they full of shit. Yeah, man. The more you see that they lefty losers, the more you see that they're the extremists and shit. You know what I'm saying? The more you see how they're trying to condition you into being an extremist as well and shit by telling you doing this shit in the name of yourself and you not. You know what I'm saying? They telling you, oh, we doing this in the name of women's rights. No, the fuck they not. They don't give a fuck about women's rights and shit. It's a game to them. It's a joke. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of motherfuckers sit back and be like, if you smart, you sit back and just watch the room sometime. Like me, I go to cookouts, I talk my ass off, but I'm one of them boys that just watch what everybody else doing for a while. See what everybody else got going on and shit. And then, you know what I mean, look at all the sneaky shit that happened and know that I know all that shit. I seen all that behind the scenes shit that niggas was doing when they thought wasn't nobody looking and shit. I get a kick out of that. You know what I mean? Because I get to slide up on them later like, yeah, man, I seen you pass off them 3 dimes and shit, you know what I mean? Why ain't you tell nobody you had that smiggity, you know what I'm saying, all crazy. Oh, damn, you seen that? Yeah, you know I fucking seen that shit. Now where it's at, nigga? You know what I'm saying? You gonna motherfucking, you trying to hold out on the motherfucking crew, nigga? That's how you riding? You know what I mean? And that's the type of boy I am. And I'm going to slide up on you when you get in my vicinity, too. I ain't going to even go track you down. I'm going to wait till you in my vicinity, pull you to the slide. Like, damn, dog, what happened, man? I seen you passing out the motherfucking gifts and shit. What's up with mine's at? You feel me? That's the type of boy I be and shit, you know what I'm saying? Real smooth with it. You know what I mean? But this the thing, man. These motherfucking lefty losers is going ape shit, folks. They literally are trying to fuck up everything. They trying to implode the motherfucking country, dog. Like, they literally, do y'all know, I'm pretty sure if you listen to the show all the time, then you know Barack Obama is in charge of the White House currently, this administration currently and shit. You know what I mean? And you know that he's just doing the most far left shit he could possibly fucking do to implode the country and shit. So, you know, later on, maybe not, he can become a dictator and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, me, I fucked up and voted for Obama. I bought into that, yes, we can, and all that lefty loser shit. Folks, all that same shit that fucking Joe's been hiding, trying to emulate and fucking, you know what I mean, republish, you know what I mean, to us, you know what I mean, and it's just like, excuse me, and it's just crazy, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, these Supreme Court justices, man, they don't deserve the treatment that they're getting, although they deserve the treatment that they're getting, if you understand what that means, you know what I'm saying, because y'all niggas ain't want to do shit about fucking the election being stolen, but look at all the shit that happened since y'all made the decision to turn a blind eye to that shit. January 6th happened and shit because y'all chose to turn a blind eye to that shit, where the Democrats set up the fucking conservatives and the Republicans and shit, and the people that's on the center that don't want to fuck with the left no more and shit. And now they getting called fucking terrorists. Now you got all the fucking, this administration is a war on kids, a war on women, a war on men, a war in Ukraine, a war against Russia, a proxy war and shit, fucking sending billions and trillions of dollars worth of shit to go fight a fucking battle that, come on, man, it's, Ukraine belongs to Russia. You know what I'm saying? I believe it was the first state in the USSR. You know what I'm saying? If anybody know what the USSR is, that's old Russia. You know what I mean? The Soviet Union and shit. Look up the Soviet Union and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was still Russia. You know what I'm saying? It just had more countries in that motherfucker. And now, after motherfucking, what was that? World War II? Was it World War II? Might have been World War II. That shit broke the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? That shit was broke the fuck up. They lost motherfucking, I think, the Poland, fucking Ukraine, fucking. They lost some of them stands and shit. Like, they lost a lot. You know what I'm saying? As well as Crimea and all them other fucking places that used to be USSR and shit. That whole joint used to be red. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because they neighbors with India and fucking China and shit. And it's like, well, damn, how the fuck you pull that off? You had the whole shit red. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, they was a nuclear power long before people, you know, knew what nuclear was. So once motherfucking America got on the fucking grid and shit after taking all the fucking Nazi scientists and shit and started creating our own nuclear weaponry and shit, and then we became a motherfucking high-tech player because we had better fucking scientists that was originally from Europe. You know what I'm saying? And part of that fucking Nazi regime and shit, and some obviously was, some obviously wasn't, some was friends of friends, and you know what I'm saying, the beat goes on. You know what I'm saying? And it's really crazy, man. Like, you know, motherfuckers don't know the history and shit, and they just feed into the whatever the fuck ever and shit. You know what I'm saying? They sit there and they think they know, and they don't know, and they be like, oh well. If you look around, you know what I'm saying? If you was to go to Europe, right, and tried to get an abortion, do you know that the abortion laws is like fucking way stricter than they are here? You know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers, they care about life over there. We don't care about life here. You know why? Because we've been demoralized. That's one of the 4 phases of stages of ideological subversion. Right on the front page of Civilian Talk Podcast, you got fucking Izzy Bezmenov or some shit like that. I can't fucking remember his name and shit. You know what I'm saying? But he tell you about the 4 stages of ideological subversion, and demoralization is one of them and shit. Once you ain't got no morals and you don't give a fuck about shit, then you just open to suggestion. And that's exactly what's happening and shit. It's exactly what's happening with this fucking abortion shit. Democrats are just using that shit to try to get voters. But that's the thing. The left is so far left that the motherfuckers that was over that joint is like, I think we're gonna pass on this one. You know what I'm saying? They having abortion rallies in Texas and all over the motherfucking country, and they ain't got the numbers that they used to have. I wonder why. It's either a lot of them died off from the COVID shizat, or, you know what I'm saying, they just not with it no more. You know what I'm saying? If you got your smoky smoke, put your light up. If you got your drinky drink, take a sip. You mean cheers. But all in all, man, it's really ridiculous, man. You know what I'm saying? I got kids. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 beautiful children and shit. Very handsome young men and shit. You know what I'm saying? You got Mr. Man, you got Snacky Knacks, and you got Baby Man. You know what I'm saying? And AKA Squeaky. You know what I mean? And they all fucking wonderful kids, man. Full of life, full of happiness and shit. Yeah, you gotta take care of them and shit, but nigga, you do less with your time sometime and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, sometimes you ain't doing shit but sitting on the couch in your phone and shit. You mad you gotta step away from your phone? You know what I'm saying? That's where y'all at. So y'all like, man, abort babies and shit. And now they to the point where they talking about aborting babies 2 years after they fucking on the planet. Oh, you can abort somebody up to 3 years old. So what does that mean? Because you know, if we let it get that far, we can. It's only gonna go further. There's gonna be legal murder after a while and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm allowed to kill you just because I'm aborting you and shit. You know, you 28. You know, that was an abortion. I I ain't kill him over there. I aborted him and shit. You know. Like, that shit crazy, dog. And y'all niggas don't see what the fuck is coming. I see the shit coming and shit. Y'all see that a lot of the shit that we discuss comes to pass. We literally don't fucking talk about shit that we don't feel like it could come to pass. When it's something that I just believe is gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? A conspiracy theory I got and shit, I tell y'all that. When it's actual news and it's coming from these people and shit, I tell y'all that. You know what I'm saying? When it's motherfucking folks just trying to get fucking by, you know what I'm saying? Just it could be, I call it nothing news sometime and shit. So it's like news that's not really important, but I mean, you probably do need to hear it and shit, just for the simple fact that, you know, it may be important to you. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, dog. Like, so it's almost like why I bring y'all the COVID segment and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's important to me. I'm trying to save my folks. It's important to you. You trying to save your folks. But to the folks that don't want to hear that shit, it's not important to them. And that's cool. We're not gonna force anything on you that you don't want on you. We not gonna rape you with knowledge. It's not what we do around here. We give you the option. You want to motherfucking get down, you can get down. You want to lay down, go ahead, do that. You know what I'm saying? But we not on that bullshit. So, with that being said, let's have this adult conversation. So, I'm asking y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on. You know what I mean? Happy Mother's Day to all the females out there. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Biological women. You know, I ain't wishing no happy Mother's Day to no dude that think he a chick. I'm biased like that. You know what I'm saying? But abortion, bro. You know what I'm saying? Why do people even get abortions and shit? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it a bean and shit. In my experience, I told a chick to get an abortion because I was 16. I might have been 15. I was 15 or 16. And, you know what I'm saying? I mean, again, I'm 15 or 16 and shit. I'm like, yo, I ain't ready for no kid, but I was slaying. You know what I'm saying? I ain't understand what I was, you know, with that entitled and shit. You know what I'm saying? I understand what, you know, skeeting all in her was going to do. You know what I'm saying? And we was having fun. You know what I'm saying? We was doing it up. But I asked her, this is the thing. I told her when we first got together, you know, I wasn't trying to have no kids or anything. And my mom was a huge proponent in me not wanting any kids and shit. Because she used to tell all my girlfriends that I brought to the crib, if I was serious about them, she'd be like, he don't like kids. He don't like kids. And she kind of conditioned me to believe that I didn't like kids and shit. Little did I know, you know what I'm saying? It's not that I didn't like them and shit. It's like, yo, they a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might have to stop the show right now because my wife is in Atlantic City enjoying herself. And my 1-year-old, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes he wake up during the course of the evening, you know what I'm saying, and just start yelling at people. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to stop what I'm doing. But even then, even though that's inconvenience to me, the smile he has, the life he possesses, you know what I'm saying, the body he's in, all that is a blessing to me. Now, he's blessed to be alive, and he's blessed to have somebody like me that will take care of him. I will make sure my kids eat, and I starve to death for days continuously just to make sure they can motherfucking nourish their bodies and shit. They got more time on this earth to go. You know what I'm saying? Me, you know, as much as we don't like to think about it, even when you in your 30s, in your 20s, in your 10s, even in your, nigga, when you won, your time is dwindling. Your time started. Your clock is ticking. You know what I'm saying? And we can all sit here and, you know, try to act like, you know, that shit ain't really about shit. Oh, man, I don't really think about that shit. But everybody, I had, I don't say this because I'm trying to be boastful or anything, but I had a lot of near-death experiences and shit. So for me, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, life is definitely precious. You know what I'm saying? And to keep encountering experiences where you almost lose yours, it'll humble you as far as life goes and shit. So later on down the line, I ended up having an opportunity to get with this chick again and shit. And we was riding, and I apologized to her. I was like, yo, I gotta say I'm sorry. She was like, for what? I was like, because back in the day, I made you get an abortion. I didn't understand what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand what that was about. You know what I'm saying? This was like late 2011, around like September, August, September, somewhere around there, October, somewhere around there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't know what was, like, I thought that was cool. I thought that was a thing. I ain't understand that all life was precious. You know what I'm saying? So one of the reasons people get abortions is because they having reckless sex, you know what I'm saying, and they not being fucking, safe about the shit. So how come ain't nobody asking the question, well, how come y'all so uptight about abortions? Won't y'all just put condoms on? You know what I'm saying? Won't y'all, you got female condoms and dude condoms. Won't you just pull your dick out when you about to nut in this bitch? It works. Trust me, dog. I got 3 kids, and every time I, like, literally from my first kid after he got here, I started pulling my dick out that woman, dog. I'm like, fuck that. You know them last 3 pumps that you about to, this shit about to erupt. Nigga, I pull that joint smooth the fuck out, and I still finish real nice, you feel me? Sometimes I finish all over her and shit, you know what I mean? Sometimes, in different other places, you know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, pull that dick the fuck out of that joint. You ain't trying to have no fucking babies and shit. Y'all niggas on this abortion kick and want abortions and shit, but this shit y'all can do to prevent yourself from even getting there. So how about we raise the conversation of y'all having fucking safer sex? Oh, well, I don't like the way it feel with a condom on. Well, that sound like a personal fucking preference problem, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what else you gonna do? Oh, you trying to hit that raw? All right, well, pull your dick out when you about to nut in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's not that fucking hard. Take it from somebody that been practicing this shit for the last 7 years. Easy. Solid. Like, literally, my wife got to beg me to have babies and shit. Like, my 3rd child and shit, like, we had a whole blow up because I'm like, man, look, I don't feel like we just got out the bullshit stage with snackies. You know, that stage where they crying all the time and they bullshitting and you gotta do everything for them and they can't do shit and they don't know where the fuck they going, where the fuck they at, what the fuck is up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get them out of that fucking phase, you know what I'm saying? Like, you start feeling like you getting closer to freedom. Like, my fucking oldest is 8, you know what I'm saying? This nigga, I feel like he fucking 14 or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how independent he is and shit. Now you telling me out another little picnic them? Little baby and shit? Come on, man. Like, you're killing me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now my wife, like, I'm cool on kids. But I'm like, don't get your tubes tied because you never know. We might have to repopulate the earth. She used to ask me to get a vasectomy. I was like, fuck no. Because I know for a fact vasectomies lower your testosterone level. So regardless of what a motherfucker trying to tell you and shit, you know what I'm saying? You getting lower T because you just chopped your fucking T off. You know what I'm saying? When you separate yourself from your nuts, where your testosterone factory, you get lower doses of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. I like being nice, big muscles, aggressive looking and shit, you know what I'm saying? But still can look very nice and innocent at the same time. And unintimidating. But when you know I'm not feeling that shit, you know I'm not feeling that shit. And most of the time, people elect to know somewhere else. Now, you know what? I'm good on this nigga. He look like he gonna fuck some shit up. Let me go that way. Yeah, you do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not chopping my nuts off and shit in the name of depopulating the planet and shit. That's all this shit is. Is one giant depopulation fucking shindig. You know what I'm saying? Like Margaret Sanger was a fucking racist, man. That's the bitch that started Planned Parenthood. You know what I'm saying? And they was fucking Nazis, bro. They came over here from fucking Germany and shit. Nigga, y'all talking about, oh, Margaret Sanger was just looking up. Dog, and you know the case, Roe versus Wade? The bitch Roe ain't even abort her fucking baby, bro. That shit was all a fucking lie so they can put abortion clinics on all the fucking black corners and shit like poppy stores and fucking keep the population down. Why you think we've been here the same amount of time as the fucking white people been here, but we only got 13% of the population and shit? And we all bunched together and shit killing each other, and they got us fighting over food and rations and who could sell crack to the next motherfucker. But you go out there, they neighborhoods, ain't no crack being sold out there, ain't no weed man on every corner and shit. You can probably hit one off the phone, but you know what I'm saying? That shit not all over the place down out in the fucking, nigga, go out the main line, nigga. Tell me how many crack dealers you see on the Ave. Tell me how many niggas you see with fitteds and scullies and shit just standing on the corner somewhere just in the fucking way. You not gonna see that, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, now you might go out Chester and see that shit. You might go out Coatesville and see a little bit of that, but you know what I'm saying? You in fucking Devon, fucking Berwyn, Paoli, fucking Dalesford, nigga, you're not gonna see none of that shit, dog. Downingtown, you're not gonna see that shit, bro. Like, y'all niggas, you mean? Because they got different standards out there and shit. They do things different ethically out there and shit, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't got fucking, they gotta come down to where we at to get all the fucking illegal shit. Why is that? Because the government put all the illegal shit where we at. Why? To keep us the fuck down. Now, I ain't gonna start no Black Panther, you know, preaching and shit. No Black Panther preaching. But nigga, it's a fact. Ain't no nigga, you know what I'm saying? First of all, how the fuck do the cocaine get here? All right, end the story. You know what I'm saying? What nigga you know manufacture cocaine? Not one. Point to one nigga you ever saw in a movie, on TV, anything that was manufacturing cocaine. Never. In the history of neverdom did you ever see that. So if that's the case, how the fuck is it getting here? And not only that, we got presidents that fucking, you know what I'm saying, that made it practically legal and shit. We got motherfuckers that turned the blind eye. Look at your current administration. Border wide the fuck open. You know what I'm saying? And we over here talking about abortion and shit. It's fucking crazy, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, if you literally sit back and look at the entirety of the situation, it'll really fuck you up. You'll really be like, for real? Yes, for real, nigga. You feel me? Listen, man, I'm not trying to be on no other shit, dog, but this shit is all planned, bro. From the pandemic to the abortion shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a ton of shit in between, nigga. It's all planned, dog. All this shit is to control the masses, to control the population, to control us. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers don't see it. That's why it makes it that much easier for them to get away with it. You know what I'm saying? How do people pay for abortions, bro? They just had bills. They was just trying to fucking pass and shit where taxpayer money would pay for abortions, bro. Why do they want people to abort fucking kids so bad, dog? This is a sacrifice. It look like rituals and shit, bro. Why is killing such a big trend? Why is it such a fad? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why do people fucking do it? Y'all go out y'all way to fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's really disgusting, man. You know what I'm saying? When all you gotta do is pull your dick out that bitch, put a fucking condom on, make sure that guy got a fucking condom. I know chicks. I done been in relations where chicks will put that shit on for you. They'll eat your joint up, pass me the joint, put that joint on, and all right, hit this joint. hit that joint. You feel me? I know plenty. Real shit. So when it's all said and done, when that shit all boils the fuck down, it is what it is. But at the same time, it ain't what it ain't and shit, man. That shit is not helping the community and shit. It's depopulating. The Bible said be fruitful. The planet got enough. Think about this, right? We got 7 billion people on the planet, right? 7 billion plus, you know what I'm saying, on the fucking planet. You know what I'm saying? And America only has a population of fucking 375 million, 350 million, 375. Under 400. We'll just call it under 400. We got enough space for at least a billion people and shit. But the earth has reached its maximum capacity. Who the fuck makes these numbers up and shit? Who the fuck comes up with this shit, bro? Where, oh, well, the resources. What about the resources, dog? Ain't nothing but farmland in some of these places. And y'all can still fit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million motherfuckers in the way, and they still won't take up the shit you talking about. You know how much food go to waste on a regular basis here? So we can easily feed, and that's on top of our humanitarian aid, where we already feeding the fucking planet and shit off taxpayer dollars and shit, and off government fucking funded farming and shit. You know what I'm saying? Easily. But they telling y'all the planet is overpopulated. And why are they so keen on depopulating America? We got the most armed civilian populace. We got the best fucking military weapons. We got the best motherfucking military everything. We got the best motherfucking shooters. We the fucking best. DJ Khaled and shit. But they trying to take us the fuck down. That's because we're the last beacon of hope for the world, folks. So it's either you got slavery everywhere but America, right? And then motherfuckers flee where they at to come to America so they can have freedom. So they said, fuck freeing the world. We just going to enslave America and shit. So then it's easier than freeing the world. You see the correlation? If I free the world, another 238 countries and shit, and plus countries and shit. You know what I'm saying? If we free that shit could take forever. That's the planet. But if we can stop making people want freedom by destroying the freest place on the planet, then everybody's on an even playing field, and you don't feel like you're not free no more. You know what I'm saying? When everybody else got the same tyranny, you feel a little more content with it. Like, yo, you know what? It's not that bad and shit. It could be it could be fucking Sweden. You know what I'm saying? And they tyranny is 10 times worse than your tyranny. And you don't even realize that they tyranny is just a beta test for your tyranny. And then 2 years later, the same tyranny you was just saying, oh man, I'm glad we ain't got that. You got. Because everybody's sitting around twiddling their fucking thumbs and shit, sticking their fucking thumb up their ass and shit, acting like ain't nothing going the fuck on, while motherfucking genocide going on, infanticide going on. That's when you killing babies. Infanticide, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You got fucking depopulation going on, and everybody talking about, man, well, I don't see why you got such a big motherfucking, attitude about it. Mr. P, we're just getting rid of the useless eaters. Solid. But some of those useless eaters are my folks. So by you attacking them, you attacking me. Because I was the dude that got bullied back in elementary school, got to middle school, started fighting back, started trashing niggas. Got to high school, maintained that. Got to adulthood, maintained that. But I always took up for the people that got bullied because I was the one getting bullied. You know what I'm saying? I was that guy. I was getting fucking bullied. Excuse me. You wouldn't believe it if I told you looking at me and shit, but it was me. You know what I'm saying? I was a victim at one point, so I started taking up for after I learned that I could beat up all the bullies and shit, I started taking up for the victims and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it was only right. Why wouldn't I take up for the victims? You feel me? But I mean, and then the out-of-pocket costs for abortions and shit, you know what I'm saying? The out-of-pocket costs, anywhere from $3. I don't even know, to tell you the truth, because I be seeing bitches hitting up niggas for like a stack. Oh, I need a stack for this abortion. Oh, I need $900 for this abortion. $850, $650. I guess the further along you get, the more it costs. I'm not sure how that shit work out, but you know what I'm saying? It's pretty brutal. You know what I mean? They stick a vacuum cleaner with rows of sharp teeth in it, and that shit attaches on to something, won't let it the fuck go. You pull it out of a piece of vagina, like, yeah, all right, cool, we got it. Pull out an arm, pull out a leg, pull out a torso, you got it. You see your cavity wide the fuck open. And then bitches be wondering why they can't have fucking babies later on down the line, bitch, because you done fucking sucked your whole fucking uterus out in a vacuum cleaner with teeth in it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's still $300, $400, $500, $600, to get that joint. So I mean, what the fuck are you really doing and shit? You know what I mean? And you already know. I gotta say it again. What is abortion really about? Eugenics. They taking motherfuckers, aborted baby fetuses, and making fucking... Do you know, like, if you buy, like, Maybelline products and shit, it got stem cells in it? Where the fuck is they getting these stem cells from? Adults don't have stem cells. Well, not as many as a fresh fetus would. You know what I'm saying? A fresh fetus got nothing but the whole body is stem cells, nigga. Oh, stem cell research. Fucking South Park got a fantastic rendition on that, John. Where what's the boy name? The nigga in the wheelchair, smart boy and shit. He fucking was crippled and shit, couldn't talk and shit, but he started drinking the fetuses and shit like they was cans of soda and shit, and he got his legs back. Y'all gotta check that shit out. This shit crazy, man. Shout out to the makers of South Park. Them boys, they always classic. Everything classic. You know what I'm saying? And it's depopulation. It's a depopulation weapon, dog. Y'all know this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then the post-birth abortions, the infanticide is just unbelievable, dog. Now imagine if you was carried for the term, and then think about this. The people that's advocating for abortion, like, they should have been fucking aborted. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers is unhappy families and fucking, LGBT, miserable, and fucking wishing everybody didn't have what they ain't got and shit. And if you got what they ain't got, they offended. That's what all this mom and dad changing language shit is all about. This is why they want to get rid of the nuclear family. Because these motherfucking weirdo freak motherfuckers feel some type of way that, you got a mom and dad, and you can call them mom and dad. And they might have a mom and dad that just don't fuck with them because they a fucking lefty fucking loser. You know what I'm saying? Straight fucking lefty loser. I mean, like, yo, bro, that's for a dad with 3 sons. Like, if my son came home, I'll be highly the fuck disappointed. Highly. Nigga, you hear all that hocking I put in the H's and shit? Highly disappointed. You know what I'm saying? But that's the twist, man. Like, they still my babies. I wouldn't have wished I aborted them and shit. You know what I'm saying? The joy they bring to my life, dog. Like, when I ain't got no money and shit, nigga, I'm still the happiest motherfucker on the planet. When my car need gas and I'm broke as shit, I'm still the happiest boy on the planet. When I make myself something to eat, come in this joint, and there's 3 motherfuckers surrounding me wanting that shit, and I gotta share it with all them niggas and shit, like, that shit, yo, that's my tribe right there. I get a sense, well, I'm partially Indian and shit, so I mean, I got a little bias toward liking the word tribe and shit. But you know what I'm saying? Fucking, that's my tribe, dog. I'm their tribal leader, bro. I feed them, I bathe them, I clothe them, I fucking, you know what I'm saying? Everything that it takes to keep them alive, I do, including school them. They see me work on the house. They see me build things. You know what I'm saying? They watch the house transform in front of their eyes. They know that their dad did it. They don't call me dad. They call me man. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, my baby called me dad. He be like, Dada. Like, but when he get older, he gonna call me man too. All my nephews and nieces call me Uncle Man. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm a real fucking man. I do man shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't sit there and bitch. Like, oh, I don't know how to do this. Nigga, I fucking learn on the fly if I got to and shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas don't even want to put their kids' cribs together and shit. Cause they not fucking real men. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I gotta carry the groceries and shit. Well, I got more bags than you. Cause you a man and she's a woman, bro. Ain't no biological difference. Shut the fuck up. Get out of here right now. Conversation over. You know what I'm saying? No biological difference. You know what I mean? And once y'all start aborting babies after they're born, bro, they gonna slowly roll in that death panel where you turn like 50, 55 and they just nuke you. Just like on fucking, what's the name of that shit? What's the name of that shit? You know the name. You know the thing. What's the name of that shit? Soylent Green. Where niggas lived in poverty for years and 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 just lived in poverty for years and years and years and years and years, years and years and years and years and years, years and years and years. When they got tired of that shit, they had a hospital that you could have went to. And they literally walk you in, change your clothes, let you take a shower, put you in this fucking bed, and then make you drink poison, and you sit there and watch all the beautiful wonders of the planet and shit while you die. That's the death panel, bro. That shit coming in hot, man. If y'all niggas keep allowing motherfuckers to kill all the fucking babies and shit. You know what I'm saying? That abortion shit got fucking transhumanist fucking lineage and shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, this is, yo, dog. That's, I mean, first is let's kill motherfucking the super young, the people that can't defend themselves, the super young. Who's the other age group that can't defend themselves? The super old. Right? Death panel. Oh, come on then. Let's put you down. You know what I'm saying? You can't really contribute to society no more and shit. You don't need to take up extra space, right? You know. It's all good, right? Like, bro, this shit is for real, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we sit here and we be laughing and, you know, we be watching this shit go down and shit, but it's not safe. It's not safe just to keep watching this shit go down, folks. It's not safe to just keep saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually, you're going to have to say something. And if you don't, you're just going to die in silence. You know what I'm saying? That's why now boys can be girls. That's depopulation. Girls can be boys. That's depopulation. Men having sex with men don't have babies. That's better than a vasectomy. Y'all still get to skeet y'all get to skeet kids all over each other. Females having sex with females can't have babies. That mean they just ovulate and just waste away eggs and shit. And y'all motherfuckers going to these sperm banks and shit. Y'all motherfuckers going to these egg banks and then paying them thousands and thousands and millions of dollars to fucking house y'all fucking sperm and y'all eggs and shit. And then fucking when you go to use the shit, you too fucked up to even use your own shit. Oh, I froze these eggs. Oh, my bad. The egg we implanted, not even your egg and shit. See, what had happened was we used yours, but don't trip. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Look over there. Like, shit fucking crazy, dog. Man and machine merging together and shit, man. Like, everybody know what the fuck this shit is all about already, bro. You know what I mean? These transhumanists, eugenicists, fucking mad scientists, fucking whack job, globalists, deranged motherfuckers and shit, man. Like, I'm not talking about the little foot soldiers. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that paid for the plan to turn them into foot soldiers. Yeah, y'all like, hold the fuck up. Somebody paid for the plan? Yeah, nigga, you think... Fucking that. Why you think being gay was in the closet so long and shit? Niggas couldn't come out about that shit, nigga. They put movements behind that shit so they can make it mainstream and shit, nigga. Once they owned all the fucking legacy media and shit. All right, y'all niggas on board, right? Yeah, we on board. We got you. We got you. You know what I'm saying? Legacy media on board, nigga. Y'all fell straight into that shit, man. Like, all right, cool. Let's do it. You mean? Now y'all about to pay the price, you know what I mean? And it may be with your children, dog. And that's sad, but true, dog. Don't send your kids to public schools. Don't send them to private schools. Get your kids out of school. I'm telling you, fucking homeschooling is the shit. But a lot of y'all concerned about making the same money y'all was making and shit. Now, personally, you know what I'm saying? I'm a motivator and shit. I'm somebody that randomly get motivated by some shit. And that's the thing. I'll tell them, I'll put a motherfucker on exactly how I did, whatever I fucking did to get where the fuck I'm going and shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers come up and they fucking hold the information hostage and shit when all the motherfucker trying to do is make a better life for him, his family, and his kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, like, you can't get all the money. Like, nigga, I mean, what you gonna do? You can't get all the fucking money. You know what I'm saying? So you should look forward to helping other motherfuckers find ways they can get money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So my wife quit her job after her job told her she had to get vaccinated or else. You know what I'm saying? She let that shit go. You know what I mean? All right, bro, I'm out. Stay up, peace up, A-Town down. Yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? And now look at her. Shit, she making fucking soap. Got fucking motherfuckers basically kicking our fucking door down to buy that shit. She like soft launch. And then making them, the fact that she won't sell the shit, but keep showing these motherfuckers all the shit she making is like making these people lose it. It's like telling them, I got something you can't have, and they want to buy it even worse now and shit. Well, just let me buy a little bit of it, please. Just let me just try it all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. LGBT, drag kids. Nah, I mean, what is the plus P for in LGBT, all them other letters plus P? You know what I'm saying? It's for pedophilia, folks. Y'all don't realize that they fucking basically mainstreaming pedophilia right now. Oh, don't look down on the pedophiles. Why not? The whole cast of CNN is pedophiles. Y'all niggas going straight over to the whole cast of the pedophilia network and shit, talking about y'all finding out the real news. Nigga, stop it. Nigga, I got some fake news coming up from the so-called real newsers in a second and shit when we come back on the other side and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just truly ridiculous how, the ridiculousness will just keep getting more out of control, more extreme, and we talking about, you know what I'm saying, Roe versus Wade. Like, if y'all knew that they want y'all to keep aborting motherfuckers, so later on they can fucking post-birth abort your dumb ass. If you knew that that was part of their fucking plan, then, hey man, you gonna be 40, 50, 60 one day. You know what I'm saying? And when they come for you, what you gonna say? Oh, well, no, I voted for y'all. I got y'all in office. Yeah, good looking. We appreciate that. And it's your turn. It's your turn to walk into that hospital, drink the poison, and watch all the wonders of the world for 10 minutes while you die. You feel me? Sure. Okay. You ask a lefty loser you ask a pro-abortionist about their family background and lineage, I bet you they unhappy with it. Guaranteed. Motherfucker advocating for abortion, I guarantee you they are unhappy as shit with their life. Guarantee it. Well, my body, my choice. Well, how come your dumbass got 3 vaccinations then? That was your choice? Well, my job said I had to get it. Well, that wasn't your choice then, dummy. You fucking idiot. But don't nobody want to have that conversation. Everybody want to condemn me for being that guy to call motherfuckers out and shit. Oh, well, you just not right. You just not cool. It's not cool at all that you just want to be telling motherfuckers the shit that they fucking up on and shit. Nigga, you fucking up. What you want to keep fucking up, or you want to fix that mistake? It's the question. Do you want to continue to be a fuck up, or do you want to fix what the fuck you fucked up? I'm confused by some of these motherfuckers and shit. It's like, yo, yeah, I'm a fuck up, but just let me do it. Mind your fucking business. Okay. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Weak ass niggas, man. Shit fucking crazy, bro. Niggas trying to have sex with your kids and y'all niggas talking about you're such a bigot, homophobe, racist. Shut the fuck up. Grow a fucking pair of balls. Get your fucking life together. Stop acting like you know it all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can sit here and twiddle your thumbs and act all weird and faggoty and shit if you want, but I'm telling you folks, it's not gonna be good for you. Nah, man. I want y'all to look up what a eunuch is. Look up a eunuch. I don't know how I spell it. Look that shit the fuck up. It's a dickless man. And y'all niggas be, oh, well, it's her body, her choice and shit. Well, no, nigga. They said men can be women and shit. So, fucking identify as a woman and tell a bitch you ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? Look, bitch. You know, I ain't with that abortion and shit. Men can have babies. Men can have babies. Actually, we carry the babies. You know what I'm saying? The nut sack. All them little tadpoles you got in that joint, those are the little babies. You put them inside a chick egg so it can sit there and grow and develop in a safe environment, getting fed, getting blood, getting nurtured. You know what I'm saying? Getting carried around 24/7. And then 10 months later, boom, you got a clone. Whether that clone look like you or whether that clone look like that person remains to be seen. But that's the beauty of life, man. And if we don't protect the kids, dog, God not gonna protect us, man. Protect the fucking kids, man. Protect the children. You know what I mean? Protect the fucking kids, folks. Real shit. You know what I mean? Like, somebody protected you. So protect the fucking kids, man. Like, for real, man. I'd be like, man, I wish some of these motherfucking lefty losers was aborted, like, big time. How come ain't nobody abort them? But, I'll be back on the other side with some, news to help my case. Don't move your motherfucking switch. It's your boy.
Young Greta Thunberg, this is Boris Johnson. Could you tell us, what do you hear when you hear Joe Biden?
When I say climate change, what do you think of? Blah, blah, blah. There is no planet B. There is no planet blah. Blah, 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 blah. We can no longer let the people in power decide. Blah, blah, blah. Did you hear me? What do we want? Blah, blah, blah. But it starts with blah. When do we want it? Blah, blah, blah. This is all we hear. What do we want? Blah, blah, blah. What do you think of? They say blah. When do we want it? Blah, 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 blah. This is all we hear from our so-called leaders. Words that sound great, but just look at the numbers. We can no longer let the people in power decide. What do you think? It's not blah, blah, blah. Of course we need constructive dialogue, but they now have 30 years of blah, blah, blah. They invite cherry-picked young people to meetings like this to pretend that they are listening. This is not about some expensive, politically correct green act. Blah, blah, blah. There is no planet B. There is no planet blah. Build back better. Blah, blah, blah. Green economy. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Did you hear me? What do we want? Blah, blah, blah. But it starts with blah. When do we want it? Blah, blah, blah. This is all we hear. What do we want? Blah, blah, blah. What do you think of? They say blah. When do we want it? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Fighting climate change calls for innovation, cooperation. They say they want solutions, and they're not holding leaders accountable for their action, or rather inaction. Blah, blah. We need to walk the talk. Blah, 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 blah. If this is what they consider to be climate action, then we don't want it. Blah, blah, blah. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Blah, blah, blah. There is no planet B. There is no planet blah. Build back better. Blah, blah, blah. Green economy. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Did you hear me? What do we want? Blah, blah, blah. But it starts with blah. When do we want it? Blah, blah, blah. This is all we hear. What do we want? Blah, blah, blah. What do you think of? They say blah. When do we want it? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah.
Now listen, if you have not subscribed to YouTube channel, do it right now. Do it today. And all you have to do is click the big red subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Woo!
So we back. You know what I'm saying? And I told y'all niggas I got some fake news for y'all and shit. You think I'm gonna let y'all slizz? I ain't letting you slizz. You already know. I gotta bring that heat every time I come and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why y'all come to the show, man. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all like to sit back, kick it. You know what I mean? Express your opinions and shit. You know what I mean? Get some shit off your chest as well as myself and shit, you know what I'm saying? And we work together as a team, you know what I'm saying? And I really do appreciate that, you know what I mean? Really do appreciate that. Capitol Police warning the far CNN. This is article straight out of CNN. Capitol Police warning the far right is calling for violence after Supreme Court leak. Now, why would we call for violence if the Supreme Court leak is in our favor? Fake news. On Friday, CNN Newsroom co-host and chief national security correspondent Jim Saluto reported after the leak of the Supreme Court draft opinion on Roe versus Wade, Capitol Police are warning the far right is calling for violence against a religious group planning to rally for abortion rights. So we call it for violence because y'all want to have a rally for abortion rights. Well, how come we didn't fucking just destroy y'all in 2020. Because that was the time to do it. I mean, y'all destroyed all these people, businesses, stole all this shit, act like fucking nuts and broke ass motherfuckers, and we should have destroyed y'all then, but we didn't. So why would we want to destroy you now if the decision is in our favor? It's because it's fake fucking news. Let's do it.
Officials are preparing for potential violence in the Capitol and nationwide after the leak of that Supreme Court draft opinion that would strike down Roe v. Wade after 50 years. Capitol Police are warning the far right is calling for violence against a religious group planning to rally for abortion rights. Whitney Wild is live outside the Supreme Court. Listen, seeing fences go up there, it's sort of like post-January 6th. What are you seeing, and what specific intelligence is worrying police officials?
Well, at this point, law enforcement sources, several of them tell us that they are closely monitoring social media chatter that suggests that there's a potential for violence against abortion clinic providers, abortion clinic staff, members of the judiciary. That would include the justices here, as well as members of the federal government. And what we know after January 6th.
So think about that. We got a decision from the Supreme Court in our favor saying that they're about to cancel abortion and shit. Your idea that you got the right to have an abortion and shit. So why would the far right come fuck your shit up? What we got to come to your protest for? We would be winning in that instance and shit. So that's like saying Tom Brady won the Super Bowl and then ran to the locker room and beat Bill Belichick the fuck up because they lost. If you watch football, then you would know that's complete horse shit. Why would I go beat my coach the fuck up after we won because I feel like we lost? Come on, man. That shit don't. Come on, bro. Y'all niggas are smarter than this. I mean, I ain't even really got to, press go hard on this junk because y'all get it already. You know what I'm saying? Kick it to my man Owen Schroyer for a little bit and shit. Abortion activists go berserk when confronted by the images of babies they want to have aborted. Yeah.
Where I confront, sometimes it's abortion activists, sometimes it's trans kids activists. The list just goes on and on, anti-Trump. Now, when the SCOTUS leak came out this week, we knew there was going to be backlash.
For sure.
Everybody has now heard about the SCOTUS leak. There have been protests pro-abortion across this country the entire week. And here in Austin, there had been a major push to get Democrats, liberals, leftists to turn out here today at the Capitol to stand for Roe v. Wade, to stand with abortion being legal in all 50 states. Now, I want to tell you something real quick before I get into the content. Obviously, I'm well known to the leftist activists and protesters. And we know how crazed and a lot of times, violence is what they engage in, or they can get extremely aggressive. But when I come out here with a camera crew or when I come out here with a security force, they identify me quick, and I can't get the organic, genuine responses that I can when I come out here solo. When they see me with the security team, when they see me with the camera crew, they identify me, they avoid me, they don't want to talk to me. It's easy to point me out. When I come out here solo, like I am right now, it's harder for them to identify me, and they feel like, since I'm just one person, they can bully me, intimidate me, and get aggressive with me when they just figure I'm one person, not a camera crew with security. So that's why I'm out here in this state. But I will say this. I was expecting there to be at least a couple hundred, if not 1,000 people out here for this demonstration today, because Planned Parenthood was involved in promoting it. I saw all their marketing strategies all over the internet. You had a bunch of other local leftist groups promoting this. And so I get out here. The event is supposed to start at noon here at the Capitol. It's about 12:05 right now. And there's almost no one out here, folks. There is almost no one out here. So
what?
The story that I was trying to capture today was the same old story that look at how crazed leftist activists are, look at how crazed abortion activists are. All I have to do is show up with a simple picture or a simple question, and you can just see how insane they get. I've repeated this process 100 times maybe. So I get out here expecting there to be a large group. Folks, nobody is here. And we're already past event time, and normally these people show up early. So the news story for me is this. Democrats thought that they could rally their base, or Democrats thought that they could rally a base of, say, women's rights, as that's how they classify this issue.
To get
I disagree
votes.
with that, but that's how they classify it. They really thought they could get a huge turnout for women's rights, and that would gain momentum heading into the midterm elections. They thought that would be an advantage. Folks, if this is any indication of how much energy and momentum is behind the pro-abortion movement, then this is good news for the pro-life movement. This is good news for unborn babies. And this is really bad news for the Democrats. So all I want to ask people is, do they believe in the right to life? And I just want to ask them, what is this when they see this? What is that?
It's a
Is that
baby.
a clump of cells, or is that a baby?
That's a baby.
Even Joe Biden and Whoopi Goldberg have both admitted that it's a baby this week in the response to the SCOTUS leak. But so I'm going to walk towards the Capitol now, but I can tell you, folks, this is an embarrassing turnout. This is an embarrassing turnout for the Democrats. This is an embarrassing turnout for Planned Parenthood. And, I mean, essentially it's the same group. Everybody knows that Planned Parenthood is just a money laundering operation for the Democrat Party anyway.
Right.
So the fact that they can't even get 100 people out here should tell you a lot. So if you've seen my videos before, you know what a crowded Texas Capitol looks like. You know what it sounds like. Folks, this ain't it.
Damn, they got like 20
So here they
motherfuckers.
are talking about human rights. So what is that then?
That's a human.
They're out here for human rights. But I wonder what that is. But here's their problem. Nobody showed up, folks. Nobody showed up. They said they have 9 speakers and maybe about 20 in attendance. So my whole approach here has changed. The story is now their abortion movement to gain momentum to the midterms has failed.
There is another protest
Here's your
happening there
proof.
that aligns with ours.
30
so
niggas.
Those are going to be our friends there, and then we'll turn around and come back. Yeah, and in the meantime, we're going to get loud. We're
and
gonna
that's
shout
including
our
the
rights.
protesters.
We might cry together. It's all good. Right?
And the
We're all here to
speakers.
support each other today.
You guys are with Planned Parenthood?
We do have.
What do you think that is right there?
Paramedics are here.
What is that?
If you feel dehydrated.
What is
if
it?
you need any sort of first aid, we have a
Can you
great
answer that?
crew here to help us out.
What do you call this?
And we have the state police
about you,
and
sir?
PD are here to protect us.
What do you call that?
Counter protesters,
I cannot talk
anybody
to you.
that we don't like what they're saying.
can't
we
talk
are
to me
going
or you'll get
ignore
fired?
them. We are not here.
You don't
to
believe in
fight
free
with
speech?
other people. We are here to support our comrades.
Planned Parenthood doesn't believe in free speech?
Our rights.
They don't want to talk to you, man.
What do you
I'll talk
call
to
that,
you.
though?
So, let's
fetus?
kick it off. We have a
Is that a
speaker
life?
starting it off for us today.
Are you
Flynn
one of those
is with
guys?
the party
I'm just
president.
asking questions. Do you consider that a life?
Why are you recording it? if
Did you
just
consider that a
asking
baby?
questions?
Well, I'm a media member.
Hey, everybody.
Of what media group?
InfoWars?
Once again,
Of course you are.
Yes. So you won't answer the question. So is that a life?
I just don't talk to whatever it is you're doing.
You've been talking to me for 60 seconds. Do you believe in a right to life?
I believe that everyone's got the right to have a safe abortion if they want one.
So you believe it's legal to murder a baby?
Well, no one's murdering babies.
So that's not a baby?
You wouldn't say that you're like kind of just bullshitting and.
So I'm just asking you. So that's
He
not
asking
a
you a
baby.
question.
So
Just
is
answer
that a
the
baby?
question.
Yes or no? Is that a baby?
What trimester is that?
Let's say this is 3rd trimester right here. Is that a baby?
Listen, I would say, why don't you listen?
See, you
So
won't
you
answer the
ask
question
me
because you
what
know that it's a
trimester,
baby.
and then
gonna talk to someone that doesn't understand the science behind what they're talking about.
What science?
I mean, you're literally
I'm
out here
asking you
with
a basic question. Is that a baby?
in a fucking little stick.
Is that a
you're
baby?
InfoWars.
Is
You
that
got
a baby?
No media passes on you. You're just out
Okay.
here to fight with people.
Who am I? I'm
because
not
you
fighting.
have nothing
I'm
to
asking
do.
a simple question.
Dude, you came to an abortion rally to argue
That's
with
right.
people. That's sad. You not have any.
Oh, it's
he ain't
sad.
come to argue. He
Murdering
asked you a
babies isn't
question.
sad. Me being here is sad, folks. That's what's sad. Not murdering millions of babies a year.
It is, buddy.
Do you believe Black Lives Matter?
Looking at you like,
Do you believe Black Lives Matter? Yeah. 40 million black babies aborted in the U.S. Do those lives matter?
Oh, I didn't know those statistics. Thanks you, white man, for explaining to me, a black man.
Okay, so black lives matter except when they're not born. So you don't believe in a right to life, and you don't believe black lives matter.
I think there's a fundamental difference in opinion, and yours is based on religion, and mine is based on.
What? I didn't bring up religion.
I'm saying that's where your dogma.
Let me ask you a question. How many beating hearts does a human have?
See, you memorized a bunch of little facts.
Won't answer a single question. Over on the questions. How many hearts does a beating human have? How many beating hearts does a human have?
All right, I'll be real with you.
How many?
You have no reason to be here.
So that's not being real.
You came up and talked to me. What are you talking about? It's a free country.
Your camera in people's faces.
No, he's not.
Planned Parenthood. They're having a public event.
They're not having a public event.
They're not having a public event. I am at the state capitol, a publicly promoted event, but I'm not having a public event here. All right. Well, they're over. They're over so far. But so here we go. Let's go check out the abortion crowd. Look at this tiny little turnout here.
That's right. That is very boo-worthy.
Small turnout for
it is an
abortion
outrage
people.
and an injustice
Small
that
turnout
these
for baby
zealous
murderers.
ideological whims of these despots overrules the health and safety of millions of working class people in this country.
A written speech. This bitch is reading that shit from a phone.
Society, we would have age-appropriate, comprehensive sex education at all levels of school, so that people understand how pregnancy and the human body work, and to empower.
Do you believe in the right to
make
life?
the best decisions for themselves.
He walking away.
In a just society,
Can you answer
we
that?
would have free, high-quality,
What do you call this?
universal health care for all.
What would you call that, sir?
Which would include birth control.
Can you answer
and
that?
any form of family planning or
Fuck no, he
Nobody
can't.
wants to answer, huh? Nobody wants to tell me what that is.
That's a baby.
Can you tell me what that is?
High quality and universal
What is that?
access to child
Well, I'd call that a
care
baby.
and
That's
housing.
what I would call
So
that. What would you
everyone
call that? Yeah.
I
call that a picture.
A picture of what? A picture of what?
By the sheer pressure.
You can tell me, man.
Lefty losers, man.
So what do you call it?
I don't call
Being a parent is hard. Just ask Michael.
Do you believe in the right to life?
We don't have a just
I believe in
society,
I believe in my own
We have
rights.
an
Do you
unjust
believe in the right to life? Do you have a right to life?
unjust society.
Well, I mean, of
Childbirth can
course.
cost
Everyone
tens
on the
of
TV, the
thousands of
media lies,
dollars
bro.
in
All
private
the
health
Republicans, all the
care to make
conservatives, all even the
Well,
Democrats.
I'm not denying that. All of our politicians lie. I'm asking if that's a life,
access to
though.
universal health care.
He ain't say nothing about lies
For
and
your
shit.
own life,
Here we go.
much less another one that's dependent on
War
it.
on women?
In our
What if that's a
unjust
woman
society,
right there? Is
we
that a
don't spend
woman?
our money saving
Would you
the
kill
life
that woman
we
right
do
there?
have in this
That's a
country.
baby,
We
and it
spend
looks
our
like that
money on
woman's
killing
Oh,
choice.
that is a baby. So you can kill a baby.
It looks like her choice.
So you have the choice to
It
kill a
looks
baby.
like choice.
So you have the choice to
It
kill a
looks
baby?
like choice.
So you have the choice to
It
kill a
looks
baby?
like choice.
All right, so that's a baby. She
What about the COVID shot? Ask her if she vaccinated.
admits it, and you think you should be able to kill that baby. So a baby is a
It looks
choice.
like choice.
What choice? What's the
Her
choice?
choice.
Her choice to what?
Her choice.
To what?
Her choice to what?
To sustain or end her pregnancy.
So to murder a baby is her choice.
I don't believe that, no.
Did she have a choice to have sex?
You
Yes.
obviously don't, because no
Rape
one
is a
fucks
crime.
you.
Okay. Well, rape is a crime, so we all agree that women have a choice over their own reproductive system. Rape is a crime. Nobody's denying rape is a crime. But that is a baby. You've admitted that that's a baby, and you think that that should be able to be killed. All right, so you don't believe in the right to life then, right?
No, I didn't say that. It's absurd.
So you do believe in the right to life.
I believe in choice.
So does this baby have a right to life?
That shit don't add
I
up.
believe in choice. I believe
How
in
many
choice.
how many beating hearts does a human have? Don't touch me. How many beating hearts does a human have?
Talk to my child.
How many?
Tell him don't talk to
Aren't you
me.
glad she didn't abort you?
I almost did. It didn't
Oh
work.
wow! Aren't you glad you didn't abort him? He's a beautiful young boy. He's got all kinds of potential.
So you're gay? You think he's beautiful?
I think
Why
all
you gotta
life
be
is
gay?
beautiful. I'm pro-life. I believe in the right to life. I'm glad that he was born. How does that ruin the life? Did you ruin your mother's
He
life?
doesn't want to listen. He just wants to
Ah,
listen to you.
oh, she's assaulting me again.
This
This was you at one point, my friend. She wanted to kill you. Aren't you glad she didn't?
cluster of cells.
That's a cluster of cells? She said that's a baby.
I mean, that's a baby, but
This is a baby at like 37 weeks. Nobody aborts 37-week-old fetuses.
Yes, they do.
Fucking don't. Nobody gets abortions at 37 weeks.
Actually,
Yes,
it
they do.
happens all the time.
Yes, they do.
Name once. Name once.
the time.
Name one woman.
Why you
Name
so-
one woman.
why you so
Name one
hostile?
woman that got an
The
abortion
law-
at 37 weeks.
the
Name
law-
one woman.
the law-
Name one woman. Name one woman. Give me a statistic, you fucking pussy.
Okay, 9 months.
Give
Democrats.
me a statistic.
All right, Democrats.
Give me a statistic.
Why are you?
This is the third time.
Give me a statistic.
Okay. Can we arrest somebody out here, please?
Can we please arrest somebody out here for assault, or are they allowed to assault people all day out here? So this crazed lunatic has now assaulted me, and the cops won't do anything about it. So there you go.
Hey, look.
Yeah, don't engage. They all know this is a baby. They all admit this is a baby right here. There you go.
Yeah, man, if you want to watch the whole shit, it's over there at civiliantalkpodcast.com. You know what I mean? But remember, the right wants to be hostile and all that shit. She just lost it. Anti-abortion HQ firebomb, ransacked and vandalized with graffiti amid nationwide protests. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to talk about that shit though. Let's do it. Burnt the whole shit. Broke the windows, wrote A1312 on there. If abortions aren't safe, hold on, then you aren't either. Wow. Yeah, it would be the complete opposite. Anti-abortion group headquarters in Madison, Wisconsin was apparently firebombed, ransacked, and tagged with menacing threats with graffiti late Saturday night. Investigators call the fire arson, claiming a Molotov cocktail was thrown inside of the building but failed to ignite, but a separate fire was then started. It appears a specific nonprofit that supports anti-abortion measures was targeted, said the Madison Police Department Chief Sean Bronze said in a statement, adding that no one was hurt in the incident, which is great. We appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got fucked up. But remember, it's the right that wants to fuck all your shit up. Remember? That's what the Capitol Police said. Radical abortion activists gather outside of Supreme Court Justice Holmes. Do that sound like the right? Huh? A group of radical pro-abortion activists. Pro-abortion. I mean, if he's saying they're gonna strike it down, meaning no more abortion, anti-abortion, then pro-abortion wouldn't be the right now, would it? Because us on the right are anti-abortion. Look, me personally, I think you should have like fucking 3 months. You know what I mean? Once you get past that 3 month threshold, you done. You know what I'm saying? And that's the bottom line, because you had more than enough time to figure out what your situation was. Bitch, you knew you was broke when you found out you was pregnant and shit. You missed your period 2 months back to back. You ain't think nothing of it. Come on, man. Like, that's the retardedness that I be mad at and shit. You know what I mean? A group of radical pro-abortion activists gather outside of the homes of multiple U.S. Supreme Court justices on Saturday to protest the court expected decision to repeal Roe v. Wade, according to the draft opinion written by Justice Samuel Alito, leaked to the media on Monday. The court is poised to overturn the landmark abortion rights case. It's not a constitutional right, and it's not a law. Protesters have taken drastic measures like blocking church entrances and now showing up on the doorsteps of Supreme Court justices. That don't sound like nobody on the right to me. That sound like the left. Protesters marched in front of Chief Justice John Roberts' home, and reportedly chanting, "Keep abortion safe and legal," and others included, "Pro-life is a lie. You don't care if people die." Protesters are also drawing images and hangers in chalk on the street in front of Roberts' home. Let's check it out.
Keep abortion safe and legal.
How do y'all know? So y'all gonna put a hanger up your pussy?
You don't care if people die.
So pro-life is a lie. You don't care if people die. Wow. We got some more. Andy Ngo and shit. A crowd of angry pro-abortion protesters have marched to the house of believed to belong to U.S. Supreme Court Justice. Here go the video. My question to whoever allowed this shit to leak is, what do you think is going to happen to you when your time comes? Because you think you're a politician or a politician's minion. And most of the time, you're a minion of the globalists if you're a politician's minion. You know what I'm saying? And, nigga, you think you got the upper hand, but the person you work for ain't going to be there forever. And what about when they dox you? Huh? See, the thing is, ain't nobody going to come. Ain't nobody going to come to your shit, but you going to be so paranoid about the fact that somebody put your shit out there that it's going to ruin your life. Protesters have arrived at Justice Brett Kavanaugh's, oh shit, no uterus, no opinion. But I thought men could be women. So now men can't be women all of a sudden? No uterus, no opinion. But y'all saying men can be women. What if I'm a trans woman right now? On the show right now, I identify as a trans woman, so all my opinion is valid. You know what I'm saying? No uterus, no opinion. I mean, so what about all the trans? What about all the transes? They ain't got no opinion either? Got the news crews out there. Got the fucking, I think that's the sheriff's office out front of their crib, though. It's either that or, what's the name of them niggas? U.S. Marshals. You ain't trying to fuck with them niggas. They just carry a team of sharpshooters and shit that'll bust your ass, nigga. You better watch fucking Justified. That's my shit. I might actually rerun that whole 7 seasons real quick. Justice Roberts' house with people chanting, "The whole world is watching." Lefty fucking losers, bro. Lefty fucking losers, dog. Seriously. And now, y'all favorite fucking wenches from The View, they talking about y'all should go on a sex strike. Nigga. So y'all trying cap these fucking lefty loser bitches in the holding out pussy so they dudes will get involved. Bitch, first of all, let me explain something. Nobody would have sex with anybody on The View without getting paid like a motherfucker. Facts. That's it. You know what I mean? If you holding out sex, you just keeping your money in your pocket. That's it. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to be with y'all raggedy ass bitches, bro. Not 0 persons. You know what I'm saying? Like 0 persons wants to fuck with these bitches. And they talking about having a sex strike over fucking abortions and shit. Nigga, this shit has got to stop.
Our view on The View.
That is amazing music. Clueless ladies of The View say Trump's wife Chappelle ended up black and blue. And then they had the gall to assume we'd miss them in the bedroom. Yesterday on The View, also known as Dumb and Dumber, and Dumber, and incredibly somehow still even dumber, Joy Behar and Sunny Hostin tried their best to link the Chappelle attack to the Donald.
The fact that Trump was out there saying things like, just knock the hell out of them. I promise you I'll pay for the legal fees, when he had a heckler. I
think that Trump unleashed some incivility, at least, in our country.
Sorry, I haven't seen a stretch like that since Jerry Nadler's waistband snapped after eating a tortoise. Bare hands.
Yeah.
Of course, The View forgets it was Democrats like Maxine Waters who encouraged confronting Republicans at home and work and told anti-cop protesters to get more aggressive.
Yep.
And let's not forget who cheered the riots as forms of social justice. It wasn't MAGA.
Summer of Love.
So thank you, Joy and Sunny, for the lamest attempt to blame black-on-black violence on Trump since Jussie Smollett bought 2 Nigerians some MAGA hats. If you thought that was idiotic, they then tried to tackle abortion.
Women in the world have conducted sex strikes in history. In 2009, Kenyan women enforced a sex ban until political infighting ceased. Within 1 week, there was a stable government. Okay, so we have more power than we think we have.
So
and
now,
it could be right in the bedroom.
use your pussy.
Nonsense. If people weren't having sex in Kenya, how'd we end up with President Obama?
And conspiracy freak would say,
I'm joking, don't clap. My goodness, people. And isn't it sexist? Isn't it sexist to say women's best shot at changing the world is with their
pussy
bodies and not their minds?
Exactly.
On the other hand, if it means the ladies of The View are putting it on ice, get those women a Nobel Prize.
Facts.
If Joy Behar promised to never have sex with me, I'd run out and buy a lottery ticket. Seriously, Joy Behar suggesting a sex strike? That's like suggesting not to serve steak at a PETA convention. Joy Behar suggesting a sex strike? That's like Jim Jones threatening to take away your Kool-Aid. Joy Behar suggesting a sex strike? That's like Jim Norton suggesting a sex strike. I always hear about this, Jim. This sex strike thing is a solution for problems. I don't believe it ever works or worked.
It's my great.
This is going to make everybody more aggressive, even the women.
For 14 years, I woke up. There was a bunch of women around my bed with signs. Hell no. Oh, it's terrifying. By the way, if there's a sex strike and you masturbate, are you a picket crosser?
I'm glad you didn't say scab.
You can always tell who's getting laid. They have a big rat in front of their apartment.
For the longest time, when I moved to New York, I never knew what that meant. Like when you walk up the street and you'd see the big rat in front of a place. It's a big inflated rat. If you've never seen it before, the unions will blow up an inflatable rat and put it in front of a place that's non-union or something.
I've seen him on a golf course before. I've seen him a beheaded rat on like the third tee. I promise. I asked what it was about. I didn't get it, and my wife actually said, "Do they use union construction guys?" I said, "No." She goes, "That explains the rat." I didn't know what it was either. It wasn't around the bedroom, thank God. But
no, I've never had rats in my bedroom. Just crabs.
Wow. Wow.
You should put the camera on Heather's face right now. It's just absolutely disgusted with all of us. Okay.
She really is, though.
No, Kat.
Yep.
There's two View opinions here. There's the Chappelle thing and the sex strike thing. Pick which one you want to talk about.
What a tough choice. Talk about blaming Trump for that or Joy Behar and sex. Although, okay, I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the Supreme Court's going to sit down and say, you know what? We heard Joy Behar's not going to be doing sex anymore. So now we got to rethink everything.
Yo, fact.
I mean, it's great, to be, it's okay to be, passionate about causes and fight for what you believe in. I'm just not sure this is going to be the thing that changes. I think she just wanted people to know she was still having sex.
That could be it.
She paying for it.
Congrats on the sex.
Yeah, Rob, the funny irony of this is a sex strike. If
Nobody putting their dick in that bitch.
And thereby reduce abortions. Right. So maybe this is the pro-life answer for Democrats.
I think the issue is that's The View is one of the shows where it has a certain audience. That's all they watch and get their news from.
Right.
And I personally would think someone with the name of Joy and Whoopi, they'd be really happy, but they're not. But they're spinning it just a little bit. Like there was a governor somewhere that said he wanted to not have interracial marriages. That was like at a press conference in 1960. They forgot to mention that, and he said, and all he said was the state should vote on it.
Yes,
which is all they're saying now. They so want to suppress what could be democratic, they won't let you vote. They will shut you down, and that's all they got.
Yeah,
and that and the economy.
Yeah, that's true. It's bad news, Heather. Last word to you. You could pick either topic
Either topic. I think it's a convenient excuse to blame President Trump for everything. She was blaming the Dave Chappelle, the violence on Donald Trump as well. I mean, we can go back to the gladiators 2,000 years ago. They were extremely violent,
Yes,
right?
they were.
And maybe that's the cause, right, of the BLM riots, the police brutality. I mean, you at some point in time, you have to stop blaming others and look in the mirror. But I do think if Joy Behar, I am in agreement with all of the men on set, if she has a sex strike, I don't think that will change any opinions on the Supreme Court decision.
And I think we're going to end on that note. That was a very professional assessment, Heather.
You already know, man. But it's a good thing we got our laughs out now, because the UN and the World Economic Forum, y'all man Klaus Schwab and shit, talking about accelerating Agenda 2030 as the Great Awakening threatens globalism and shit. So the more of us that wake up, the more it threatens their plans and shit. So they talking about accelerating that shit. So, and hurry up and depopulate the planet, because they can't wait. You know what I'm saying? So we could have waited till 2030, but now these niggas know what the fuck is going on. We can't wait till 2030.
This afternoon, the Secretary General and Klaus Schwab, the founder of the World Economic Forum, will witness the signing of a memorandum of understanding on a strategic partnership between the UN and the World Economic Forum, which outlines areas of cooperation to deepen engagement between the two institutions and to jointly accelerate the implementation of the 2030 Agenda.
One more time.
This afternoon, the Secretary General and Klaus Schwab, the founder of the World Economic Forum, will witness the signing of a memorandum of understanding on a strategic partnership between the UN and the World Economic Forum, which outlines areas of cooperation to deepen engagement between the two institutions and to jointly accelerate the implementation of the 2030 Agenda.
Yeah, man, these niggas trying to get us, dog. They trying to fucking get us, bro. So first, I'm going to play this. And this is Senate passes Capito's motion amid progressives' cry to declare climate change a national emergency and shit. So she just put in a bill to make it so they can't declare climate change a national emergency and shit. Basically, shut us down like they just shut us down with COVID, because obviously y'all heard Bill Gates say that shit. So what we just went through was just a fucking a drill and shit. You know what I'm saying? They just fucking war gamed the live drill. So now they trying to set it up so, you know what I mean, they can keep drilling us and shit. And nah, bro, we can't do that. So shout out to this woman right here and shit. We really appreciate that. Her name is ranking member Shelley Moore Capito. Offers her motion to instruct Senate conferenciers to emphasize the president cannot use climate change as a basis for declaring a national emergency or a national disaster, or invoke Defense Production Act in order to expand executive powers. So this will be like basically a law to make it illegal for them to power grab and shit. So let's check it out.
Thank you.
Under the previous order, there will now be 2 minutes of debate, equally divided, prior to a vote on the Capito motion to instruct.
Thank you, Mr. President. This motion to instruct emphasizes climate change cannot be used as a basis for the president to declare an emergency or major disaster or any other means to expand executive powers. In the last 2 weeks, progressives in Congress have renewed their push for the president to claim powers he doesn't have and make it harder to produce energy domestically and export it abroad. This is bad policy and sets a bad precedent to encourage expansive executive authority. Now, of course, I think we should address climate change, but ceding broad authority over to the executive is not the way to go. I've worked together with my colleagues on numerous pieces of meaningful climate legislation and continue to do so as the ranking member of the Environment and Public Works Committee. When Congress wants to address climate, as we have in the past, it rolls up its sleeves, does it in a thoughtful, bipartisan manner, through clear, detailed direction to the executive, not by giving the executive broad authority to do whatever it sees fit. Thank you. I encourage a positive vote on my motion to instruct.
You know what I'm saying? So she basically, you mean getting ahead of this shit right now so we ain't got to deal with this shit later. And shout out to her and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because we need more motherfuckers introducing bills like that to basically stop them from, you know, basically, and down they trying to give the WHO the power to shut us down in the event that they want to do anything and shit, you know what I'm saying? And they can declare anything a national emergency, obesity, fucking the CO2, fucking anything, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all took shots and shit, or got family members that took these motherfucking poisons and shit, and you know, it's really, you know, it is what it is on that tip and shit, you know what I'm saying? And you're about to see some shit happening. The CDC already came out and said within like the next 4 to whatever amount of weeks and shit, we was going to see an increase in deaths, I believe. And I guess, you know, it's coming around the mountain and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that, you know, we deal with and shit. And, you know, they took these motherfucking poisons and shit, and, you know, it wasn't good at all. But, you know, we can work our way through this shit, and, you know, shit'll be what it is, and it'll be all good. But we gotta stay on pace and shit. We can't, you know, be sidetracked by all this other shit that's going on and shit. That's gonna fuck the game up. And we definitely don't need to be fucking the game up. We need to be motherfucking keeping the momentum moving forward now. I seen Trump had a rally the other day and shit, but he fucking endorsing all these motherfuckers that, you know, basically fucked us over in the first place and shit. And I don't like that. That shit don't look good at all. You know what I'm saying? But then it's going to boil down to what you want, a turd or a turd sandwich and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, fuck. You know what I mean? South Park called it a douchebag and a turd sandwich. Hillary was the turd sandwich. I ain't mind a douchebag at the time, you know, but now seeing all these other moves that he making and shit, I don't know if I could trust the douche on some real shit. But let's check out Pete Santelli real fast.
The 22nd through the 28th, this huge body of 194 countries representing 99% of the world's population are going to vote to give Tedros, the person that was placed there by the TICOMs, by Gigi Winnie the Pooh, whatever his name is, placed at the top of the WHO to give him total dictatorial power to declare a public health emergency of international concern. Why is that vague and ambiguous? Because they can swap it out with COVID, they can do obesity, whatever public health emergency is of international concern.
It's a blank check.
Blank check. And guess what? They're going to supersede. I mean, they're literally saying we will partner with and have everyone follow along with us. The United Nations, which the World Economic Forum is a part of course. The International Labor Organizations, Food and Agricultural Organizations, International Atomic Energy Agency. They will have power over every major international agency. And I'm going to have to revert back to Yuval Harari because I think I heard it on InfoWars. Harari says we need to do a better job this time stopping global pandemics from spreading. All of these nations, I'm going to tell you right now, they only have English versions of the modifications. The ones that were submitted by the Biden administration on April 12th, these other countries that speak 4 languages, it's a legal document. It's going to be legally binding with the IHR. They don't even have copies of the translation that they're going to be voting on the 22nd through the 28th. Now, of course, they're going to go to this thing, send the delegations there thinking, well, we have 18 months to kind of ruminate and figure out, whether or not we want to stay with it. No, they changed that as well. They said now there's only going to be a 6-month period where they can opt out. These countries have no idea. Our own elected officials have no idea, or they're complicit in this thing to release our sovereignty. Alex, I don't mean to over-sensationalize by saying this. What this represents on the 22nd through the 28th, Biden is going to send his delegation to Geneva and vote to have the WHO flag fly over the United States flag.
You know what I'm saying? And that don't sound like a good time at all and shit. But the good thing is Americans are starting to realize they've been manipulated and played by these motherfuckers. So we starting to come around a little bit.
More about that, as well as his new book, American Cornerstone Institute, and former Housing and Urban Development Secretary, Dr. Ben Carson. Dr. Carson, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks very much for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me, Maria.
So what are your thoughts on all of this? I mean, so much to discuss with you in terms of policy, but also this movement to, squash free speech, a new disinformation board. And the Democrats and this White House seem to be trying to blame Republicans for disinformation. Meanwhile, the disinformation has been coming from their side now for several years counting.
Well, I think they are assuming that things are as they always have been, and that is that the media would shield for them, that the people would believe the media, and that they could say and do pretty much anything they wanted. What they haven't taken into account is that people across this country are waking up. They're recognizing what's going on. They're recognizing the manipulation that is occurring. And I think they're going to see and pay a big price for it coming down the pike here. But
yeah, I mean, there really is. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, it was Khrushchev who said more than 60 years ago that your grandchildren's children will live on communism. And without us firing a shot, what did he know? All you had to do is gain control of the educational system so that you could indoctrinate the kids, gain control of the media so you could spoon feed the people what you wanted them to hear and exclude what you didn't want to hear, replace faith in God with faith in government, and balloon the budget deficits to the point that you could justify massive taxation, redistribution of wealth, and complete control. They're well on the way to doing these things, but I think they went a little bit too fast. And I think the people are waking up out of their stupor, and I think that it's going to be taken care of.
Wow, you make such an incredible point about Khrushchev and what he said so many years ago, 60 years ago. It could be last week because this is what's playing out in front of our eyes. Meanwhile, this is a president who promised us that he was uniting the nation, only to just this week say that anybody who believes in Make America Great Again is the most extreme group in the history of America. Let's take a look. Watch this, Dr. Carson.
My whole soul is in this, bringing America together, uniting our people, uniting our nation. What are the next things that are going to be attacked? Because this MAGA crowd is really the most extreme political organization that's existed in American history, in recent American history.
I mean, it's pretty extraordinary when you look at Joe Biden from 2020 and, when he first took the helm to just this week in terms of the information he's spewing out, sir.
It just assumes a massive stupidity on behalf of the people. I can say anything I want to say, and you're not going to really see what I'm doing. So I'm going to say, I want to be the uniter, and the next word out of his mouth is, those people over there are horrible people. It just, I don't think people are that foolish, quite frankly.
So the president's disinformation czar is facing backlash after the video surfaced of her completely dismissing parents' concerns about CRT in Loudoun County schools. Tell me about this critical race theory and its impact, Dr. Carson. I know you've studied and talked about this very much. What's incredible to me is it's not just students. They're actually teaching CRT in the military as well, sir. Okay, so instead of our military men and women, as courageous as they are, learning more and studying and working on readiness, they're learning about CRT.
Because it's agenda. CRT is part of the agenda.
Indoctrination.
To divide and conquer.
Yeah.
And they're using these wedge issues, in this case, race, and completely ignoring the enormous progress that has been made in race, and just in my lifetime in this country. It is astounding what has happened just in that period of time. Doesn't mean that we've reached nirvana. We have not. We still have progress to make. But let's build our future on the basis of the successes we've had and not just continue to read failures. Critical race theory 1619, they focus a lot on the slavery issue and try to make it seem like our country is unique in having had slavery. Virtually every civilization has had to deal with slavery. And Right now there are more slaves in the world than there have ever been. You look at human trafficking, and the biggest consumer, the United States of America. So we have a real problem right now with slavery. We don't have to go back 200 years and explore that. I'm not saying that we shouldn't talk about that, but I'm saying we got a big problem right now with a lot of lives being affected.
Yeah. It's a great point. You write all about it in your new book. Let's talk about it. The book is Created Equal: The Painful Past, Confusing Present, and Hopeful Future of Race in America. Give us some hope, Dr. Carson.
Definitely gave me some hope just now and shit. But, the left, they always up to their shit and shit. GOP candidate tossed from the ballot by a leftist judge, man. Crazy shit. Let's do it.
The South, a leftist judge in West Virginia has just tossed a Republican candidate from the ballot, even though early voting is already underway and the primary is just days away. Kanawha Circuit Court Judge Duke Bloom ruled that votes for District Senate candidate Andrea Garrett Kiesling would not be counted due to issues over her residency. Now, immediately, signs were posted at polling places announcing that she is ineligible. But Andrea Garrett Kiesling is fighting back, saying she always has been a West Virginian and that this is disenfranchising to the voters. The candidate made an appeal to the Supreme Court to put a stay on Judge Bloom's ruling, and hours ago, they rejected that motion. Joining us now is GOP State Senate candidate Andrea Garrett Kiesling and her campaign advisor, Greg Thomas. Andrea, okay, your appeal was rejected for the stay. Voting is underway. Where does your fight possibly go from here?
Yeah, well, thanks for having us on, Laura. Of course, we are very disappointed by the Supreme Court's ruling today. It's just it's disappointing. We have a lot of expectations in terms of the integrity of elections, and the fact that there was a judge that was interfered with our elections is concerning. There was a window to contest eligibility of candidates, and that window passed nearly 3 months ago.
So what's going on? I mean, you have a campaign manager sitting next to you who, would anticipate everything, right? You, as a campaign manager, you have to. Okay, this roadblock could come, this obstacle could come, but when the voting is already underway, how is this in any way, this common sense fair? Forget the legal issues that are involved.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's exactly it, Laura. We, obviously we knew Andrea had split time between here and another state over a few years, but there's a window to challenge this stuff. Once we got through that window, we really, stepped on the gas on the campaign. And what triggered this challenge is we have one of her opponents in the primary, a very liberal candidate named Josh Higginbotham. He was the only Republican to support the transgender issue kind of stuff here in West Virginia. Once he took a poll and found out that Andrea was in first and he was in last, then he buddied up with the local, personal injury lawyers and the local liberal activist judge, and got her thrown off the ballot.
But you got a state Supreme Court refusal to intervene as well, and yet when people are going to vote, Andrea, is your name on the ballot any longer or no?
My name is on the ballot. It's still there. There are signs in some precincts that have indicated that my ineligibility, but my name's still on the ballot, and many people have reached out and let me know that they're still going to be voting for me.
Well, what happens if you actually get the most votes? They're going to throw that out too, I guess, right, Greg?
Yeah. Essentially, they just the judge ruled that they won't count her votes. So there'll be, she the most recent polling we have, she was getting over 50% in a four-way race. And so essentially the minority of voters will be, split, the majority of the minority of voters will, get to pick, some liberal Republican to get beat by the Democrat in the fall.
So, Andrew, the concern was that you were you were resident in two different states, or you spent too much time in another state to be eligible? Is that it?
Correct. I had moved to North Carolina and spent some time there. I'd split my time between North Carolina, Minnesota, and West Virginia in the pursuit of businesses and other opportunities. And yeah, that came down to be the biggest problem. Now, of course, in West Virginia, one of our main concerns is retention of talent, and that's something that we want to do is bring people back to West Virginia. My time spent in other states was simply a means to an end to be able to return to West Virginia. So, of course, I'm disappointed, but there's still a lot of work to do.
Well, Andrea and Greg, both of you, first of all, thanks for coming. But
shit, crazy, you know what I'm saying? Now, because she want to get money, she can't get in, and she ain't going with the lefty loser shit, so she can't get in. You already know I'll be back on the other side and shit. We gonna close this joint out. It's your boy. Yeah, we back. I want to say thanks for coming through, folks. You already know, man. Appreciate you checking out the show. Appreciate you coming through, hanging with your boy and shit, man. Appreciate you returning. Appreciate you getting new people over here and shit. Please share the show. You already know everything that all the news that you heard tonight can be found over at CivilianTalkPodcast.com. That first hour was just me ranting and raving. That wasn't news. That was just me ranting and raving. But it was all valid points and shit. Then came back, had the support. You already know how that shit go. But I want to say, man, be blessed. Shout out to all the mothers out there and shit. Happy Mother's Day. You know what I mean? Stay out the motherfucking way. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the biological women out there and shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, keep your head up. Pray and shit, man. Pray that this insanity slow the fuck down or stop soon. You know what I'm saying? And keep on doing your thing, man. Try to stay positive. Try to keep doing your thing, man. Stay up. You already know. Yeah, man, shit crazy. Shit ain't no game, man. Please don't take life for granted and shit. It can get ugly out there. You already know. And I just want to say thanks, man. Thanks for being real. Thanks for, sticking in there with your boy and shit, man. Understanding that this shit is for us all. Not just for me, not just for you, but for us all and shit. You know what I mean? It's we, and that means that in plural, not the LGBT way and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I fucking love y'all and shit. Till next time and shit. I'll check y'all niggas out later and shit. It's your boy, Mr. P.I., bringing you that civilian talk. Please wake up American news, because if we don't wake up today, we may not have an America to wake up to tomorrow. You feel me? I know you can dig it and shit, man. Keep your motherfucking head up. Keep doing your fucking thing. I'm gonna see y'all in a little bit. It's your boy. Chill.
Today's episode was brought to you by Civilian Talk Radio.
Move your motherfucking switch.